Alright, I'm back with my next checking out through the next three classes in WoW Classic. I've got Undead Rogue, be our first up here. Let's head back to the crossroads. Missed the generic load screen here. Now we have all the leaders in each one. Back in the day, it's just whatever they wanted. Let's take a look here at what our rogue has going on. Okay, so under our talents here, if you want detailed look at the talent tree, you can find that on Wowhead. Just looking for any important abilities that find their way in here. We're back to the original specs: assassination, combat, subtlety, and what abilities do we have? Alright, Cold Blood. When activated, increases the critical strike chance of your next sinister strike, backstab, and ambush, or eviscerate by 100%. 3-minute cooldown to give a quick burst damage. And then your max level is increases your maximum energy by 10. Alright, so I'm not sure how valuable that is, but we've got 100 energy, and then add by 10. Something different about classic WoW compared to modern WoW is that rogue energy in modern WoW comes back reliably. It's like 1 tick every, or 2 ticks every second or something like that. You get 2 energy every second, I think, in modern WoW, versus back in classic WoW you would get your energy in big chunks, so you'd get like 30 energy back, and then a few seconds later you get 30 energy back again, and it would keep doing that. So I guess getting this 10 energy, I'm not sure how that affects the energy return, but your level 40 ability gives you that maximum energy. Checking out combat here. In combat you had to choose between being a dagger specialist or sword specialist. And then you could switch between those. There's no point to take both of those unless you have a sword in one hand and a dagger in the other, I suppose. And let's see, any notable abilities in here. A strike that becomes active after parrying an opponent's attack. This attack deals 150% weapon damage. Okay, that's pretty good. Only a 6-second cooldown, so that would be pretty useful. Blade Fury, increase your attack speed by 20%. Additional strikes attack a nearby opponent. So AoE, on a 2-minute cooldown. And then we've got Adrenaline Rush, increase your energy regen by 100% for 15 seconds on a 5-minute cooldown. So again, not a great last talent. I mean, that's going to be great for doing a lot of burst, but on a 5-minute cooldown, you get to use that twice on a boss fight if you use it on the pull, and then late use it in the last, like in the execute phase. I guess you could use it twice, but I suppose it would be worth taking for that purpose to help you, your opener and your closer. Subtlety is mostly just for PvP at this point in Classic, but you Ghostly Strike, a strike that deals 150% weapon damage. It increases your chance to dodge by 15%. That could be helpful for soloing, doing quests, or PvP. Any other notable ones in here? Hemorrhage, an instant strike that damages the opponent and causes the target to hemorrhage, increasing any physical damage dealt to the target by up to 3. Lasts 30 charge or 15 seconds. I assume that's going to go up as I level. Increases the any physical damage dealt by 3. So it's literally adding 3 to my attack. That seems kind of weak, but maybe that'll go up. When activated, this ability immediately finishes the cooldown on your other rogue abilities. Okay, on a 10-minute cooldown, you can get all your abilities right back. And then your max level talent here, pre-meditation, when used, adds 2 combo points to your target. You must add to or use these combo points within 10 seconds or the combo points are lost. Okay. So something to remember back in Classic WoW, if you play a rogue at all in Modern WoW, you know that your combo points are listed right here beneath your character bar panel because the combo points are on you, which means you can switch targets and you can build up your combo points on one target, switch to another, and then apply use your finishing move on the new target. However, in Classic, your combo points are on the target themselves. We'll see that when we go hit something here shortly. See our starting abilities here. It's an undead. We still have cannibalize. I think we still have this in Modern, but it's a little bit different. It's still, you can eat a dead body of a human or undead and take back quite a bit of health. I have Shadow Resistance by 10, which actually matters in Classic. It doesn't really matter in Modern WoW if you have Shadow Resistance. Underwater Breathing, that's still the same, although I think it's unlimited now in Modern. Will of the Forsaken has been nerfed and changed and nerfed, and all because much complaining by the Alliance that it's too powerful, but there it is. An assassination here, we've got a couple finishing moves, and star AoE finishing move, attack speed, slice and dice. A lot of these seem to be similar abilities to Modern WoW. You will have to, let's see if I have it in here. They did not give me pickpocketing yet. I have to go learn that. So still have to level up pickpocketing and lockpicking. Not pickpocketing. Sorry, lockpicking. I have to level up, but they do not give me that option to level that during the trial here. Let's go try to kill something and see how the rogue feels. I should probably take a couple talents here. Don't care about that. Reduce the energy cost, that might be good for quick leveling here. Increase the damage of my eviscerate. Let's just increase my critical strike chance, that's good. And then, yeah, just make eviscerate do more damage. Okay. Guess I can wait to stealth until I get closer. No, it's too late, but just... So I don't know if you saw the combo points down the portrait of the character here. Just put it in here. My combo points building up. So that is not the ability that I keep wanting to use. So I'm just mostly Sinister Strike at this point because this keeps incapacitating. Okay, so feels pretty good actually. This is killing pretty quick. My energy's coming back pretty fast. I'm able to do everything I want to do. Can I use BOAs like my heirlooms? Heirlooms do not exist in back in Classic, so those could not be used. There's actually no such thing as BOA. Bind an account does not exist back in Classic at all. And yeah, Twinking will definitely be back. I know that they're gonna bring everything back as close as they can to classic. So there will be the ability to twink abilities, twink out your 29s, your 19s, all those different twink levels. Okay, so yeah, the rogue feels actually really good at level 15 here. It's way better than some of the other classes. It's killing stuff pretty quick. I don't have to worry about energy at this point. It's coming back really fast. So that'll be a fun one to level. Not as slow as like the druid was when I did that video, and the shaman was a bit slow. But I think the rogue's going to be good. Let me go ahead and switch over to, I believe priest is next. My personal favorite. The only one that I actually took the time to name after my original character. Here he is. Looks very similar to my classic character, actually. The rest of them I just took a random name. So we'll check out the priest here. Alright. So, notable talents in the priest. Discipline spec was pretty useless in classic WoW. There was really no reason to go max level discipline. You get power infusion, which gives you a bonus spell damage and healing for a little while on a 3-minute cooldown. That's a ability that has been in the game for a long time, as a baseline talent for a while, and then as a now it's in the talent tree in modern WoW again. You have to pick it, but the other most notable ability I believe in here. There's this one that gives you a free, every 3 minutes you get a free heal that's basically guaranteed to crit. It does have only a 25% bonus chance, but you pretty much are going to get a crit on a free big heal. So that's a great one to use, but it's only still at this 3-minute cooldown. So nowadays we get 3-minute cooldowns like Divine Hymn or Tranquility or Revival, those things that do a huge hit and heal up the whole raid over like an 8-second time period. Versus this one, it's every 3 minutes I get to do one spell that's a big cooldown. So it's a great ability back in the day, but compared to modern, it's really not valuable. The most important ability in the discipline talent tree here is Divine Spirit, which increases my spirit by 17. Spirit is a trait here that is no longer in the game. Increases your health and mana regeneration, and it's crucial for healing in any kind of dungeon or raid. You have to have mana regen because mana is a huge problem in Classic, and so the more spirit you have, the faster your mana comes back. And so Discipline Priest, you can increase your spirit and every other healer and caster spirit by 17. This is it lasts for 30 minutes, but at this point in the game, if I take this talent, I have to apply it to every person individually. Same with my stamina buff. It does not apply to your whole group. Eventually I can get the book Prayer of Fortitude, which will apply to a whole 5-man group. I can get Prayer of Divine Spirit, which will apply to a 5-man group. Still not the whole raid, but at least it's better. It's 5-person instead of this one. I have to buff every member of the raid individually. Holy, any special abilities in here? Holy Nova, this is a baseline talent in Modern WoW. It's my AoE that does damage and heals everybody. It's not great for healing, but it's great for soloing old content. Again, if you want to see these other ones in detail, it's on Wowhead Classic. You can look those up. Spirit of Redemption, this is the one that you see in Modern WoW. Holy Priest dies, they're a spirit, and they can heal people. And then my max level ability is the Lightwell, which has the unfortunate effect of having to be clicked on to get health back, and people are terrible at clicking. So the Lightwell is not a talent that is always taken. Sometimes it's worth taking if you can convince your raid. It took me a whole expansion to train one 10-man raid group to actually click the Lightwell, and they actually did a pretty good job. But if you can train your team, then you can take this one. But what a lot of priests did, and Classic would have been to take your Holy Talent tree down to only right here. Increases the amount healed, but your healing spells by 2%, and if you put 5 into there, it's up to 10%, so you definitely want to take that one. But then you can split down the other tree, so you go down Discipline, and you go down and you can have just enough talents to get up here to Divine Spirit. So you can do a hybrid spec, mostly disc, with going just far enough down in Discipline to get that. Some people only went and got Inner Focus, the one that gives you that 3-minute cooldown. Some people went all the way down. Just depends on how you want to play. Filling out this whole thing is not necessary. Some of these, like this one, increases the range of your Smite and Holy Word spells and the radius of your Prayer of Healing and Holy Nova. Not as important, but you can skip some of these in order to go into Discipline. There's really nothing in Shadow that you need to take, and except for while you're questing, you might, if you're questing as Holy, you want to take this one. It gives back mana while you are, whenever you kill something, it restores part of your mana, which you'll see is in a second here that mana is very critical in leveling because you will run out of mana so fast. Shadow is not very viable for raiding in Classic, but you can definitely use it for PvP. It's great PvP ability, PvP talent tree, but it's not great for doing any raids. As if you're going to raid as a priest, you really just have to be holy. So abilities here in Mind Flay is the bread and butter of Shadow. It's the filler spell. It's given to everybody for free now in Modern. It's just part of the spec. It's your filler, does ticking damage, channeling ticking damage, and slows them. Here's a silence. So again, we have silence as baseline in Modern WoW. Here you have to take it in the talent tree. It's also on a 45-second cooldown, so it's not a great interrupt. Vampiric Embrace. Once again, this is baseline. It lets you heal you and everybody in your party. It just does say party, not raid. Although this one only has a 10-second cooldown, so that's actually way better than Modern. Afflict your target with shadow energy cause. Yeah, that's pretty great actually. That's a lot better than in Modern. And then Shadow Form, which is also baseline in Modern WoW, now has to be taken with your at level 40. You can take that one. All right. Here at level 15, they've given me the troll racials. I do bonus damage against beasts, which is great. I still have berserking, which is similar to Modern, except now in Modern it's a set haste bonus, versus here it's 10 to 30%. You do more damage as you have low health. You do bonus damage. I do more damage with a bow. As you remember, we actually have to level up our weapons here. So I've got my maces are leveled, my wands are leveled, my staves I don't do any damage with, daggers I don't do any damage yet, but I can level those. And if I was a hunter, I do more damage with a bow as a troll. And regeneration, I increase my health comes back faster. Oh, and I can throw stuff. I do more damage with throwing weapons. Oh, someone's duel me. I'm a priest, you're a shaman. Let's see. Let's give it a try. Why not? It's gonna be really bad, because I'm a priest and he's a shaman. Well, maybe I have a chance here. That fear just saved the day, I think. About to be out of mana, and I have not put my wand spell on my bar yet. Oh no. Where is it? Shoot. Wand him. Did I win? Oh, he beat me. He was so close. I didn't have wand on my... That could have saved the day right there. Anyway. Yes, so... Oh, thanks for the heal, buddy. Here, let me give him a... Give him some fortitude there. Alright. So at level 15, only spells I have, a spell that they have taken out of the game, Inner Fire, gives me armor. But every time I get hit, I have 20 stacks here. Every time I get hit, one of my stacks goes away. When I hit 0 stacks, I have to reapply it. But if you can see that right now, I'm reducing my damage by 8.1%. When I put this on, reducing my damage by 21%, so it's very critical to keep this on while you're questing, or you're probably going to die. So I have my stamina buff, I've got my shield, a couple of heals, my smite. All these things are pretty similar to... all these are abilities that we still have. The biggest thing to note in here is the different ranks of ability. In Classic, you're going to rank down your healing to save mana and faster cast time. So my rank 3, I can heal about 150 in a 2.5 second cast for 75 mana. If I rank that down, it only costs me 45 mana. So I save 30 mana and a half second cast. So it's 2 second cast there, 2.5 there. So this is 150. This one's healing for about 80. So it's a little more than half for less mana. And then again, I can go down here to about 50 healing in a 1.5 second cast for 30 mana. So it takes less mana, does less healing, but it's a faster cast. So in order to... Mana is such a vital part of healing in Classic that you have to conserve your mana. And so you don't want to overheal at all. If you look at somebody's health and they need only 100 healing, I shouldn't cast the one that does 150 healing because that'll do overhealing and waste mana. I can cast one that's 30 mana cheaper and get them topped off without overhealing. So if I was healing in in Classic here, I would take these things all off my bar here, and I would actually have all 3 heals on my bar so that I have the option to heal only what I need to heal. Obviously, lesser heal gets replaced by heal and then greater heal later on. But for now, that's what I have. So I would, as a healer, I would have these on there. I would still have Renew on there. I did take it off, but I'd only have the highest rank of Renew. So this would be my healing set right here. These 5 abilities. But let's go kill something here. I didn't like in Classic that there's no way to turn on the numbers for an enemy. I like to know what their actual health is. I can see mine, but you can't see an enemy without an add-on. Which is unfortunate because I really... Sometimes you think something is killable because of its level, but you might pull it and it actually has way more health than you realize, and it's not going to be killable. So then you die. And that happens a lot. But it's just part of the game back here. Okay, so you can see this is my 3rd thing to fight, and I'm out of mana. So this is where I get to wand something. So if you're planning to play a caster, especially a priest, then you'd better be ready to whip out that wand because you will be wanding a lot of stuff. In fact, I was if I want to conserve something, my mana, what I do is I'd only burn it down a little bit. I know the cast time is ridiculous on Smite; it's so slow. And at this point, I would just, anytime it gets low enough that I feel like I can, oh, he just killed it for me. But if I feel like I can kill it with my wand in a reasonable time, I just switch to save mana. Because because it is so slow. Mind Blast is pretty good cast time, but Smite is ridiculous. And look at that knockback on the cast bar. It's way slower than... it still knocks it back in Modern WoW, but not that bad at all. Yeah, so you can see the problems I'm going to run into here as a priest. My health is getting low, my mana is getting low. If I have enough mobs on me, I'm not going to be able to heal myself. I'm just going to be toast. It is brutal, and if you believe it or not, I leveled from 1 to 60 as a holy priest just like this. So this is what it was like, and it is not easy. You get 2 mobs hitting you. Let's see if I can get... No, this guy's pulled him. See, I was going to try to get 2 on me at once. This guy's probably going to leave. Here we go. Let's see how bad my cast... I'm never going to get a cast off. Watch. And I'm going to die. Yep. Because there's... there's no way to get a cast of Smite off when there's more than one mob on you, because they hit you and knock that cast bar back so far you can't smite them. So at that point you can just wand them until your Mind Blast comes off cooldown, cast Mind Blast and go back to wand, or try to fear all of them and kill one at a time. But if you get more than one mob on you, you're gonna have a hard time. So anyway, as you can see from the previous class, the rogue, way faster leveling, way quicker gameplay. Healing as a priest is going to be a brutal classic experience if you plan to come back and play classic. But the thing about priests is they're the only really viable healer for raids in game. So if you want to do healing, you want to raid heal, you have to be a priest basically. You can get by with a couple shamans, a druid maybe, but really it's up to the priests. So they have to be leveled. Somebody's got to do it. And now let's check out. Well, there is no DKs, so yeah. There's no DKs at all because it's classic. There's the only thing you can be are the 9 main classes. I have them here: druid, paladin, shaman, rogue, priest, hunter, warlock, warrior, and mage. Those are the only 9 classes you can be. There's no monk, no DKs, no demon hunters. That's it. The Horde does not have paladins. The Alliance does not have shamans. So there's only limited choice on if you want to play a paladin. You can only be a human or a dwarf. If you want to be a shaman, you can be a troll, an orc, or a tauren. Okay, so Alliance here starts us off in Westfall here. Gave me a pet, which I know in Modern WoW, hunters now start with a pet. However, that was not the case. Back in Classic, you had to go pick... There's a whole hunter quest line to go tame your first pet. And they gave me a boar to start. So great things about Classic that I really miss. I know some people think it's bad, but man, I loved it. I love the whole pet mechanic aspect of Classic. So I've got my pet here. You can see his happiness bar. Right now he's causing 125% of normal damage, and he's gaining loyalty. So he's getting more and more loyal to me. I can go in and check my pet tab here. His loyalty level is 3, so he's submissive to me. I believe 3 is the maximum. He goes up 1, 2, and 3. If he's level 3, there's no chance of him leaving me. If he's level 1 and I don't help him get better, then he's going to abandon me and run away. Which I know would be terrible in Modern WoW because people go out and they farm all those rare pets. They get those spectral ones or whatever, and to have one of those run away would be awful. So yeah, these guys, they will leave you though. So we have to keep our pet happy. Another duel. It's another hunter. Alright. Who am I fighting? Is it this guy? I guess. Okay. Aggressive. Don't really have many abilities, but he's killing me easily. Wow. Okay. Well, that was fast. He's level 17. Okay, I'll take. That's fine. I also didn't have an aspect on, increasing my attack power by 20. That would have been super helpful. Anyway, so I also love that every pet had unique abilities and unique talents or skills that it doesn't really tell you in here. It does tell attack power. It doesn't tell attack speed. It does say attack power. So, but different pets have different attack speeds. So, like if you want a boar, probably has like a 1.6 or 1.7 attack speed. Versus, so they'll attack every 1.6 or 1.7 seconds. The fastest attack speed comes from cats. Usually, they have a like a 1.4 second cast on the fastest one. So if you want something that has the fastest attack, you take a cat. Specific kinds of cats. Like not every cat is the same either. Not every boar is the same. There's different species of boar, different species of cat, different species of gorilla. All those different pets that you can tame. They all have different abilities, different movement speed, different attack speed. And if you want if I want my boar to have the same abilities as a cat, like he has charge, he has growl. If I want him to have like swipe, like the cat does, I have to go train a cat. I have to have the cat on me for a while. And then once I learn the swipe ability, then I can tame a boar and I can teach the boar the swipe ability. So I can teach him the same abilities as the cat, which is pretty cool. I love that aspect of the pets, the game of maintaining your pet, picking out different pets, going out and hunting down the best pets that have the best abilities, the best attack speed, things like that. Right now in Modern WoW, you can take any pet you want. They'll have a few different abilities, but they all have the same attack speed, they all do the same damage. It's not the same as it used to be, where you want to go find the best pets. The other aspect of hunters that's gone is the ammo. So I've got heavy shot here, and I have my ammo pouch here. You always have to have ammo. If you run out of ammo, I can't shoot anything, so that's not good. So I have to keep this. The bad thing about it, obviously, is that one of my bag slots is taken up by an ammo pouch. So while everybody else gets 4 bags, hunters are always stuck with an ammo pouch as their other bag here. Let's see if there's any notable talents here for Beast Mastery. Alright, so Intimidation there. Command your pet to intimidate the target on the next successful melee attack, causing a high amount of threat and stunning the target for 3 seconds. Okay, that's like a taunt for my pet. And then in my level 40 talent here, Bestial Wrath, send your pet into a rage, causing 50% additional damage for 18 seconds. While enraged, the beast does not feel pity or remorse or fear and cannot be stopped until killed. Excellent. So that's a 2-minute cooldown to help me do a lot of damage as a Beastmaster. Marksmanship here. Let's see. Aim shot. That's the it's the long cast that I believe it's baseline marksman now. It's takes a long time to cast it, but then it does a ton of damage when it gets off. Easily interrupted though because of the long cast if you're doing PvP. Scatter shot. This is the one that disorients somebody. It's short range, so you can use it. You can use it close by because remember, hunters have a minimum range in Classic. when I go kill something, you'll see if I get too close, I have to use my melee weapon. I cannot shoot them anymore. Um, and then True Shot Aura, increase attack power of all my party members by 50. That's great. That's a party-wide buff. Again, not raid-wide. Almost nothing was raid-wide in Classic. So I have to be in a party that needs the attack power. So they might put that. So when you form a raid group, they disperse people evenly. So you want to make sure you have. If I need to be in only one hunter per group because I need to be buffing using this to buff everybody else. I need to have one shaman per group. I need to have one boomkin in a group. So you have to organize them per group. It's not per raid. And then survival is pretty much worthless in Classic. There's no reason to ever take survival if you're playing Classic. It's basically you can be a melee hunter, which now obviously survival is, but back in it wasn't very viable. Let's see what talents we have. Deterrence, when activated, increases the dodge and parry chance by 25%. So yeah, what are you doing? Are you tanking? Why do you need dodge and parry? I don't know. Increase the total health up by 5%. So yeah, you're going to be, I mean, is this maybe PvP? Definitely not raiding. You're not going to be using this for raiding. There's almost no damage in here. Counterattack, a strike that becomes active after parrying a target's opponent. Again, why am I parrying and stuff? Why is it hitting me? And then the Wyron Sting puts the target to sleep. So that's a great PvP ability. So yeah, this is the only reason you would take this is if you want to do PvP. If you have any desire to do dungeons or raids, you would not take survival. Marksman is great. You give this party-wide buff, do a bunch of damage in here. You get aimed shot, does a ton of damage. Just abilities like this increase the damage you deal. It go up to 5% once you get all the talents in there. Increase the damage on your Serpent Sting by up to 10%. So that's going to be great. Beast Mastery is great for questing and leveling. I'm not certain exactly how viable this would be for raiding. A lot of this just helps your pet only. So you may do a lot of great damage, but you don't bring much utility to the raid group. Well, I do believe in here, though, there's something about traps, maybe. Something in survival you may want to take. Let's see. Okay, so if you're going to do crowd control in dungeons, you might want to take this one. Increase the duration of freezing and frost trap effects by 15%, and the damage of immolation explosive traps by 15. So that might be a reason why you would come into, and this one helps them reduces their chance to resist a trap, because they could resist crowd controls back in the day. I know that's not a thing anymore, but it could definitely resist crowd controls. So, and I don't think they gave me a trap yet to try. I do not have any traps. But traps are done a lot different back then. We don't have the trap launcher like they do now, where you can actually shoot a trap out to a position you want. You have to set it down at your feet, and then on top of that, the mob has to run into your trap. You have to you can't just drop it on top of the mob like we do now. Like our hunters in raid now can just shoot the trap right at the foot of the person they want to get, and they're good to go. But here you have to actually set it down, kite the mob into your trap, and then they can resist it on top of that and come right through it and keep hitting you. So it's a lot different. See, dwarf racials, find treasure, okay. Helps you find chests on the minimap. Resistant to frost, which I guess would be good in Nax, but I'm not sure what other, maybe like Winter Spring questing, but there's no bosses I can think of that would do frost damage, so I'm not sure what good that does. Gun specialization, you're going to do more damage with guns, so that's great to be a hunter that uses guns as a dwarf. Stone form activate to gain immunity to bleed, disease, and poison, and increase my armor. So this is a 3-minute personal defensive cooldown. So that's nice. Okay, let's mess around with some pets here. Let's see, I'm not sure if I can tame a buzzard or not. Whoop, I forgot my guy's on aggressive. Okay. So he just decided to go fight this guy. Okay, if you notice, I cannot use my abilities on this buzzard until I get right here. If I get too close, I cannot use any of my shots. I have to use melee weapons at this point. Come in here and hit him. I can wing clip him so that he's slow if I need to run away, although he just missed. And then if I get back here, I can finally shoot him again. And my pet's about to die. Where's my mend pet ability? It is not on my action bar. And he killed my pet. Okay, so that's a good example of my pet just died. And now, if you check out his happiness, he's not going to be happy with me. So remember, we have to keep our pet happy, and every time our pet dies, they lose happiness. So now he's only doing 100% of damage instead of 125%, and he's gaining loyalty still. He's not losing it, so that's still good. But now if I want to... Let's see. I think I can dismiss my pet. No, I don't want to dismiss. I want to abandon him. Sorry, buddy. You're gone. Okay, he's no longer my pet. He's gone. Let's find another boar here. Let's see. Alright. Tame this guy. As soon as the cast gets all the way to the end, if I survive, then I get to tame him. He's actually doing quite a bit of damage to me, so I should survive, but it might be close. Uh-oh. Oh no. Alright, so that's cool. Did not tame him. That was a fail. Let's go try again. Okay, and if you played in Classic, you may remember, just realize this again, that hunters had mana back in the day. They didn't have focus like they do now. Now we have focus, and that, just like I think our pets had focus back then, but now the hunters have focus in modern WoW. Okay, let's try this again. Aspect of the monkey increases my dodge chance. Let's go with that. So maybe I'll be able to tame this guy. Alright. Although I don't know if I can even dodge while I'm channeling this. He's gonna kill me again, isn't he? Oh my goodness. Okay. I may not be able to tame a new pet now that I dismissed my other one. I have to go find something lower level. Well, anyway, once I tame one, I don't want to take up too much more time on this hunter, but once I tame a pet, he starts at loyalty level 1, and if I don't get him happy right away, then he is going to leave me shortly, because he's unhappy, he's losing loyalty, and his loyalty level is already at the very bottom. What level are you? Oh, you're 17. Maybe if I find, maybe that's the problem. Just try to find one that's... Can I tame Flesh River? Let's try it. You're too high. Okay, I can. Good. Level 14. Should be able to tame him without dying. So you can't be in a group when you're taming. You can have a priest standing next to you that's like bubbling you and healing you from the outside if you want to tame something that's hard. Alright, so you can see he's not happy. And he has no abilities at all. He literally just has attack. He has nothing. If I had worked with my pig a little bit longer, I could have learned charge from the pig, and whatever the other ability was that he had, I've already forgotten it. But I could have learned that one, and then I could have taught charge to my vulture here. But I did not have the pig long enough, so I have no options to teach him anything. So this guy is basically useless. But he's going to serve my purpose right now, because you can see loyalty level 1, he's rebellious. If I don't do anything to him, and I go quest with him, after about 15-20 minutes, he's going to just fly away. And I will lose my pet, and I'll have to go tame another one. So I need to make him happy. In order to make him happy, you have to feed him. In order to feed him, you have to know what he eats. Inside your pet menu, you check right here, meat and fish. Okay, so the cat would also be meat and fish. If I tame a raptor, they're going to be meat and fish. Something like the pig is great because the pig will eat anything. It'll eat mushrooms, it'll eat fruit, it'll eat meat. I believe the gorilla is the same way. It'll eat anything. Some animals only eat fruit. Some of them only eat meat. So you have to know what your pet eats, and then you have to feed them. So I'm going to feed this pet some catfish. And you can see his happiness is increasing. And might get up to yellow by the time he finishes this one. Yep, okay, good. He went up to yellow. Now let's feed him again. So now he's doing 100% damage. He's gaining loyalty. And he might be able to go kill something for me. This guy's level 17. Might be a little rough. You're 17. You're 16. Let's kill you. Okay. Hunter's Mark. That doesn't exist anymore, right? I forgot about that ability. Increases the ranged attack power of all attackers against it by 20. In addition, they can always be seen, whether they stealth or they turn invisible. So that's really cool. Now this is going to wing clip to get away. Oh, and my pet is now 100% happy. He's doing bonus damage. Life is good. And once again, I'm going to have to use melee abilities because he got too close to me. I gotta get far enough away to daze him, maybe. Leave me alone. So this is the annoying part about a hunter. You cannot use your most powerful abilities if the mob is chasing you like that. So having a pet that has taunt is great. Or once you get misdirect and feign death, you can use those to get the mob off of you. But yeah, you can't, if it gets too close to you, there's nothing you can do. But overall, I'm really excited to play a hunter in Classic because I love the whole pet aspect the way it was back then. My pet is not helping. There you go. Thanks for helping me, finally. So I'm really excited to play it. It plays pretty smooth, pretty fast, other than I can't do anything when he's chasing me. There we go. Stun him. No, I'm dead. Alright, that's a good place to finish with the hunter. Yeah. Alright, so overall I think Rogue and Hunter are going to be pretty fun, pretty fast. Priest is going to be super slow, but for the nostalgia of it and to have a healer, I'm definitely going to be going through that grind of the Priest as well. So I hope you enjoyed looking at these classes. Either tomorrow or on Sunday I'll be checking out the last 3 classes, which I believe I have left are Warrior, Warlock, and Mage. So I'll be checking those out. If you want to see them, or if you miss it, it'll be recorded and put on so you can watch it then. But I hope you've enjoyed checking it out, and I hope you get a chance to enjoy Classic as much as I'm going to enjoy it, because I really love it. for now, I'm going to head back into BFA and get some other stuff.